Hi guys, welcome to another video. So you love the aesthetic of the Hermes Constance, but you're not going to pay the price for one of these. It's just ridiculous. You're not going to play the game, the Hermes game, where you have to jump through hoops in order to even be offered a bag. And you're not really bothered about the brand itself, but you like the aesthetic. So what other bags could be a really good alternative for a fraction of the price? So let's get going and keep watching, because later I'm going to tell you which one of these alternatives I would buy if I was repurchasing something like this. And I might actually do that, who knows? So let's get going. So before we get going, number one thing to say is that if you love the Hermes Constance and you want the Hermes Constance, do not don't settle for something that isn't the Constance. If you really, really want this, find a way. I found a way. You can buy one pre-loved, you can go to the store, you can build a relationship. There's a whole host of ways to get the Constance. Do not scratch the itch by buying something as an alternative. Now, if you want an alternative, because you are never going to pay the price of one of these, it's ridiculous, or you don't particularly like Hermes, you just like this aesthetic of this style of bag. So these are alternatives if you don't actually want the Hermes Constance. So remember, I say this in every video, don't scratch the itch of something that you really want with something else, because it never works. You always still want the thing. So this is for people who want to find an alternative, not a scratching the itch. So that said, I think I've got 5 alternatives, and they're all fantastic, different price points, all different brands. So let's just kick off by giving you a little bit of a overview of what the Constance looks like. I'm not going to spend too long on this because otherwise it'll be a long video, but it's basically a satchel, sort of a satchel style. However, it's a lot more, I think it's a lot more dressy than a satchel. For me, a satchel is quite casual. So it's got the beautiful, mine is in the noir, in the Epsom leather with gold hardware. And mine is the Constance 24, which means it's 24 centimetres this way. The Do Constance 18, I don't have that one, I have the 24. So all these alternatives I'm going to show you are in relation to this particular one. They're all slightly different, but we'll go through them. So this is what the Constance looks like. It's got 2 loops at the top in the gold hardware that the straps loop through, and that becomes your shoulder strap. There's no adjustment on here. It is what it is. And you can double it up and you've got that really lovely loop shape on the handles, or it's a long shoulder strap, and that is it. Just about goes crossbody on me. I am 5'4" and I would class myself as quite curvy, in which case that gives you some idea. I can wear this crossbody, it's a little bit high for me. I would prefer it to be longer, but I can if I want to. I tend to, it's the only bag I've got that I tend to just use on the shoulder. And I just tend to, I don't know, I just think with certain outfits, maybe for the evening, it looks so nice just on the shoulder. A lot more formal than wearing it crossbody. Anyway, I love this bag, spoiler alert. Inside, this one opens up by pulling the hardware, and then inside it's got compartments, it's got a zip pocket, it doesn't have anything on the back. And there we have it. It's very light, very easy to use. It's a beauty. Now everybody loves this big H, and that is something we'll talk about when we go through the alternatives, because none of them obviously have this. So that could be a good thing or a bad thing. So let's start with Dior. And just a little interlude to say a massive thank you to everybody. Lots of people watched my unboxing of my gorgeous new Speedy in the Demelier. I absolutely love that bag, so thank you so much to everybody who supported me, and all you new subbies that are coming on. Welcome, thank you for joining us. I'm near to 1,000 now. I'm really close, so I am hoping that means that in the next however long, couple of weeks, month, I don't know, I will be able to unbox my special mystery bag. So let's start a guessing game. Let's start. Put down below which brand and which style of bag. I'll give you some clues. So the clues are, clue number 1, it's a brand that I adore. Clue number 2, it's a colour I don't have at all and never have had. Number 3, it is a style of bag that I already have, but not this exact version. And it's a leather that I have never bought before. So does that tell you anything? Does it tell you anything? Probably not. One last clue. It's a brand I adore, and it's a brand that if I had to tell you my whole bag collection, it's the brand that I have the most items from. Massive clue. Okay. Subscribe if you want to see the unboxing, and let's crack on with the rest of the video. So my pick from Dior would be the Bobby bag. Now the Bobby bag is slightly more casual, I would say. So all the ones I'm showing you in the black, just so that you can compare to the Constance. And yeah, most of these come in various other colours. So yeah, you choose whichever one you like. You might not be wanting a black bag. However, yeah, the Bobby bag I think is a really good alternative. I think it's slightly more casual than the Constance. However, depending how you wear it, I think in black, because it does have the gold hardware, I think it's a lot dressier with the black. I think if you went for maybe the oblique or maybe one of the neutrals, it maybe makes it a little bit more casual. But if you went for the black one, I think it'd be a really good alternative. Now I would go for the medium sized Bobby bag. Now the medium size is slightly smaller than this. I think it's 22 centimetres where this is 24. So it probably comes to about here, something like this. It's not much different. The bigger Bobby bag is actually quite big, I believe. So I would sort of go for the medium one, I think. Price wise, the Bobby bag is around about £2,800, which is such a lot of money, but it's less than, I was going to say it's less than half the price. It's definitely a lot less than half the price of this one. If we want to talk about resale value, and if you wanted to ever resell your bag and all of that, there's a whole other story. Because Dior bags, they tend not to hold their value so much. Constance Hermes bags obviously do. So we're not going to particularly talk about resale value, because I don't buy any bag in order to sell it. So the Bobby bag I think is a good value, if you can call £2,800 good value. But it is, when you look at the craftsmanship of it, and if you look at the quality of it, and compared to other Dior bags, I actually think it's a good one. The things I like about the Bobby is I think the price is pretty good. I think it's got an adjustable strap, so you can definitely wear it crossbody as well, which is an added advantage compared to the Constance. What I don't like about the Bobby bag, I like the aesthetic of it, but when you open it, it's got a funny little opening, which I think makes it very, very boxy, so it keeps its shape really well. But I think it makes the getting in and out of your bag really awkward, because you have to sort of maneuver things in because of the little, it's like a little hole to get into your bag. So yeah, I don't like that bit of it. I think it makes it slightly awkward, and it means you can fit less in it than you think you would be able to. That said, I love Dior. I do love the Bobby bag. Okay, so let's talk about the obvious choice if you wanted an alternative. It's got to be Celine, hasn't it? Now, I have said in other videos I'm not a massive fan of Celine, and I think it's probably because I am very fortunate enough to have a few Hermes bags, and I think because I do, and I am very, very fortunate to have the Constance, for me I probably wouldn't look at Celine because I've already got the Constance. So maybe if I was in a different situation and didn't have the Constance, maybe I would look at it. But for me, yeah, I just don't see why I would buy one. However, I think it's a great alternative if you don't have a Constance, or if you don't want a Constance. So you've got two options, I think. I think you've got the Triumph bag, and you've got I think it's just called that, the classic box bag. Both, I'll put some pictures here because I did try them both on. And for me, there was no comparison in them. The Triumph bag was okay. It felt nice. It felt light. Um, I love the clasp. I love the I think it is the Arc de Triomphe. The lady in the store was telling me it was the Arc de Triomphe, the mouldings around the railings by the Arc de Triomphe, and that is what Celine have used for their little logo, whatever you call it. So yeah, I really like that on the bag. I think it's beautiful, but the bag itself felt okay. I then tried on the classic box bag and it felt lovely. I have to say the quality of that bag, it felt more, just more luxurious, if you like. It just felt more like the Constance does to me. It's nowhere near Constance. I'm sorry. There is a big difference in quality in the leather and everything else. But the classic box bag, yeah, for me it was very nice, I have to say. So if you went for the Triumph bag and you went for I think it's classed as a medium size, it's £2,950, and it's round about the same size as the Constance 24. I think it's about 22 or 23 centimeters in length, so it's comparable in size. So that's the Triumph. If you went for the classic box bag, there's the teen version, which is, I think it's around about 18 centimetres. That's more comparable, obviously, to the Constance 18, so that's a smaller one. But if you went for I think it's just classed as the classic box bag, I think that is around about the 23 centimetres, so very comparable to the Constance, and that's £3,100. So if I was thinking about Celine, for me, it would be the classic box bag, and it would be in the regular size, 3,100. I feel that that's expensive. I know people, when I've mentioned Celine before, Celine has got a lot of love in my comments. When I've said I wasn't overly keen with it, it's had a lot of love. So I did go and look at it because I thought, am I missing out somewhere? Maybe I'm missing out. And the quality of it feels beautiful. It felt delicate, as in the box leather felt like it would need looking after, but box leather does. And that's why for my Constance I went for Epsom, which is just that little bit more durable. But yeah, I think it's expensive. It just feels expensive to me, does Celine, when it's more expensive than Dior. It just, that's my thought process. Okay, let's switch gears now. So if you're looking for something, those two around about, the Dior and the Celine, are all around about the high 2000s, £3,000 mark. So half the price or less of the Constance, which is crazy. However, if you're thinking, no, I'm not going to spend anything like that, my budget is much less, what is there for me? Then yeah, I have to thank Steph from Handbagaholic for this. She has debuted this on her channel, and this is the Demelier bag, and it's called the Vancouver, I think. So I'll put some pictures here. This is, I mean, quality wise, I haven't got my hands on it. Steph really likes it, and she is a luxury lover, so she will tell you if she loves it, it's a good quality bag. However, because I haven't got my hands on it, I can't really compare it to anything for you. But for the price, I think it's around about £360. It seems like a really good option if you're looking for that type of bag. The things I like about the Demelier is I love the hardware on the front. It's just really different, but it's really simple, and it looks really elegant. I like that it's got a pocket. I like that it's got an adjustable strap, so you can definitely wear it crossbody, which is really good. And I must say the Celine ones are the same. They have adjustable straps, and you can wear both of those crossbody as well. So all of those are better than the Constance in that respect. But yeah, Demelier, if you're looking for something in that price bracket, check those out because they look like a really good option. And then if you're happy to pay a little bit more than that, or quite a lot more than that, but still want to keep your spending under, say, £1,000, have a look at the Stella McCartney bag. Now, again, I've got Amelia from Amelia Rose's Closet to thank for this one, so thank you, Amelia. I think she was looking at this in the monogram, but I hadn't seen this bag before. And when she showed it on her channel, I went when I was in town the last time. I'll go check this out. So, of course, I went straight to the black one, as you do. And I was pleasantly surprised. Obviously, these aren't leather, though, because it's Stella McCartney, they're all vegan leather. So if that's something that interests you as well, go check out Stella McCartney. Now, I was surprised how expensive this bag was. In my mind's eye, Stella McCartney would have been quite a bit under £1,000, and actually this one's just under, I think it's 925 or something like that, and it's called the frame bag. I think there's different versions of the frame bag, but this is the frame shoulder bag, and it's got that sort of flap style, but it's got the beautiful smooth, I know it's faux leather, but that sort of leather look, of the very shiny black leather. If you saw my trends video, you'll see the shiny box leather is everywhere. Structured bags, anyway, check that one out. But I like the Stella McCartney one. And what do I like about it? Well, it's very light. It feels luxurious, but it's light. And I like a light bag. And it has a bit of detail. It has a chain that goes underneath. It's just beautiful. So if I just bring this one, so it's a bit more rounded than this one, and it has the chain that then comes underneath here. Now that has an adjustable strap. I didn't try it on, and I should have done. I just sort of picked it up and had a look at it, and I forgot to take a photo of it. The world's worst vlogger. I just enjoy looking so much I forget to actually take photos sometimes. I'm not sure if this goes crossbody. I think it's adjustable, but whether it's just a shoulder bag, I'm not sure. So I would need to have a look at that, but I feel like it's quite expensive. I feel like nearly £1,000. It feels expensive. However, it was very, very nice, I have to say. And if you're also looking for something like the Constance, we cannot do a video without mentioning YSL. I don't own any YSL bags yet, because I am sure that I will be at some point. I'm really impressed with them. Not all of them, but the ones that I like, I really like. Anyway, there is a bag. Now, I'm not sure. I haven't seen this one in the flesh, but there's the Solferino bag. And it's a little bit, let me just grab the Constance. It's a little bit more rectangular than this, more angled. Definitely more rectangular. And it's a beautiful, smooth leather. Now, this is around about 2,400. I think it's 2,415. And the size of it is about 23 centimetres, so it looks like it's very comparable to the Constance 24. Again, I don't think it's quite as deep and not quite as boxy, but it looks like a beautiful smooth leather, and I think it's that type of bag that could be really, really interesting. Again, it's got an adjustable strap. Well done, guys. Every single one of these has adjustable straps. Why Hermes don't do it? They don't do it on the Kelly. They don't do it on the Constance. I don't know. Anyway, I know the thing is that it suits having a seamless strap, doesn't it? But for me, yeah, if they made this longer, I think that'd be fantastic. But then it would be very long shoulder bags. So I don't see why you can't have an adjustment on this. It wouldn't ruin it for me. But yeah, Hermes, they know best. They know best. So yeah, the YSL is a really, really good option if you love the aesthetic of YSL. So obviously it's got the YSL on the front. It's got a zip pocket inside. I do like this one. I don't know if I would buy it. I don't know. So which of those bags would I buy if I were in the market for an alternative for the Constance? Well, would I buy any of them? I'm not sure that I would, only because I already have the Constance and I don't feel the need to have another version of something like that. However, if I didn't have the Constance and I was just telling you which one of those alternatives do I like the most, I think it's the Bobby bag. I'm in love with Dior again at the moment. I go through fits and starts with everything, but I love Dior and I love the customer service at Dior. It's just second to none. And yeah, I love the Bobby bag. I do think it's slightly awkward to get in and out of, so I'd have to go for the medium, not the small. Maybe the East-West version of it. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent now, but I think I would buy a Bobby bag. Maybe in the blue oblique. Anyway, I don't know. That would be my choice, I think. Let me know in the comments down below if you think any of those alternatives are any good. Tell me if you have any of those bags and tell me what you think of them. And also, do you have any alternatives that you could add to help everybody else in the comments? So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on another.